Hello fam, how you doing today? Welcome to Mermaid Consciousness, my YouTube channel. My name is Devonte, and before we get started, I just like to set the space and set the container. So we call upon the guardians and aurora races aligned to law of one mission to work together for the highest capacity of exchange of God's infinite light, love, and power in divine right order and harmony. We quickly connect to our 12-dimensional shields, guided and fortified by the Christ families. We bring in the 12th dimensional crystal Christ light and fill our space, rotating counterclockwise and creating a container. We also fortify and anchor and activate our 12th dimensional shield, pushing out our shield energies with the GSF code, I am God, I am sovereign, I am free, to our entire personal boundary and home space. We also connect to the four corners, the four directions, north, south, east, west, and then into the earth, into the sky, into our heart. We ask our guardian forces to seal and contain within these four corners. And so it is. All right, so now that we set the container, which is impenetrable and invincible, so we set our container so that way the codes that are emanating from this YouTube channel, from the video, from this specific media, so that it goes untampered with, it can't be contaminated. So I'm glad you're here tuned into today's topic, to today's episode. It is going to be about the solar feminine, and our role, how it relates to this seemingly endless singlehood that we just happen to be in, and, where we go from there. So, solar feminine, right? So, we are going through and experiencing a reemergence of the Holy Mother. And what that comes with, it comes with the bringing back of the solar feminine template, which the solar feminine is the essentially it's the reflection or the emanation of the female aspect of God. So they tell us that the man is represented by the solar light, the sun, which he is, because that's true. But they tell us that women are represented by the moon or the lunar reflection, which is a distortion of the truth. So the real woman of God, or the female aspect of God, is represented by the sun. So many of us that are embodying the solar feminine template are, we're being transfigured from the shadowy reflections of the moon to putting on the solar garments of light, the solar feminine. So just to give you a little a brief, sort of a summarization of that. So and I'm just here. Okay, one of the reasons I'm here is because this is one of the actions I'm supposed to be taking right now. So when you see me post a video, that's because it's time to. When you don't see me post no videos, that's because I ain't got the guidance to post it. So there's that. You ain't gonna see no video from me if I ain't posting it. If I ain't guided, you ain't gonna see me. But I'm also here to talk about this seemingly never-ending singlehood that those of us in this specific niche are going through. Like, you see your colleagues, your friends, family, your peers, everybody just shackling up. They're meeting a person, they getting together, and you just hear what appears to be like, you're single for like ever 5 days for whatever reason. So it's like, okay. And I mean, it's good for them, but like, okay, like, where's my person at? Where am I not doing something right? And it's not that you're not doing nothing right. It's just that it's just a lot going on. And when you're at this particular stage of embodying the solar feminine template, you have to do a lot of work. You have to do a lot of clearing, and there's a lot of prerequisites that you have to accomplish in order to meet your divine counterpart, your person. So, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video, is because I wanted to hopefully, inspire hope. I don't want you to give up, because, there's plenty of times where I felt like giving up, where I just felt down and out. Like, okay, like it's just. So, anyways, so when it comes to the solar feminine, understand that the Holy Mother brings back the natural ways of everything. She's restoring her creation to its natural intent and to its natural rhythm. So with that being said, we are going to be seeing a lot of reevaluation in what it means to be a female or a male, or what it means to express divine feminine qualities or divine masculine qualities. Okay, so the Holy Mother is not only showing us how to be like a real or a true feminine, but she's also showing us how to be a real or true masculine, right? Because when it comes to biological ascension, when it comes to spiritual evolution and ascending, you have to unite your masculine and your feminine polarities. They have to come into union, right? And that's gonna look different for everybody else. As long as you're being true to yourself, your higher self, your soul, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be on that evolutionary path, and you're gonna be progressing on that path as smoothly as naturally as possible. Now, as you see, I got my hair did by my mom, which I really like it. Like, I got it done because this is one of the actions I needed to take in order to anchor a piece of the solar feminine, or my personal divine feminine template, right? So, like the color, everything, the way it's done, like this is the way I was guided to do it, because that's what you want to do. You want to listen to your higher self. Your higher self is going to guide you on absolutely everything. Like, it don't matter how mundane it is, how extravagant it is, like your higher self will guide you. And it's best to listen to your higher self, because when you listen to your higher self, you anchor that piece of your higher self or your divinity into your body. And then that your higher self or your divinity is what governs the physical body, right? So, embodying the solar feminine template, a lot of the reasons why we have yet to meet that person is because it requires us for our spiritual body to be built first. It requires you to house certain codes and to embody on your spiritual mission before you meet that person. So for an example, you know, as a starseed, a lot of people, like, as a starseed, you're kind of operating at a different level of frequency than most of the human beings. And that doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, it doesn't mean that you better than everybody else, but it just means that most people are not at your level, because your spiritual mission or your soul purpose requires you to be at a certain level in order to fulfill it. So right now I'm at avatar level of consciousness. And when you think of avatar, of course, think of Aang and Korra. That's that 12th dimensional level of consciousness. And I'm here because the nature of my spiritual mission required me to get to this level very quickly. So you're at 12th dimensional level, right? And most human beings are at third, fourth, or fifth dimensional levels. Most of the star seeds or the indigos that are incarnated on the planet are operating at sixth, seventh, eighth plus dimensional frequencies. So a lot of humans, they can't connect to those type of frequencies just yet because they're not there yet. So that's one reason why you single. The second reason why you single is because when you meet your person, your divine counterpart, whether that be your masculine or your feminine, there's a lot of negative interference going on from outside forces like the negative aliens, or who we know collectively as the reptilian, the satanic forces. Like, they have technology out here in these realms, in the unseen realms, that they project at you, called anti-hierogamic or anti-union technologies, which is the splitting apart of, the masculine and feminine energies within yourself, because that's the key to evolving, that's the key to ascension. So there's that. But once you honor yourself and you build your spiritual body, you build the necessary protection and aura, you don't really have to worry about that. It's when you doing stuff you ain't got no business doing, you gotta worry about it. But there's that. But also, and this is kind of the main important point, we meet our person when we have access to all the codes that we need. So, for an example, there are certain codes of your masculine, and then there are certain codes of your feminine energy, right? So you gather all these codes together, and then your masculine or your divine counterpart is the one who has your matching codes. And so you can't attract him or find him until you have all these codes yourself, right? And your masculine, your divine counterpart, he has his rod, or his phallus, is the code that you're looking for, because his rod is the code that unites all the codes together. So when they have that mythology of where it's Isis, she's looking for Osiris, I think his name is. Yeah, Osiris. She's looking for his parts, right? Because he done been cut up. She got her all the parts, but the one part she's missing is she's missing his phallus or his penis. That's what she's missing. So, and that kind of portrays the story of the solar feminines looking for their divine counterpart. Like, once you gather all the codes together, you're looking for that rod, that code that lets you know that it's him, because that code is what's going to bring your and his codes all together and tight and neat. So I didn't mean, like, I know I'm just throwing a lot of information at you, but I'm kind of just being on YouTube is still like a kind of a challenge for me in some ways, because I'm still trying to get used to myself, like, but anyways, so finding your masculine, it requires you to be in your spiritual purpose and in your mission, and to shine your light. Because when you start walking in your purpose, you are displaying your spiritual or your creative genius that he doesn't see anywhere else, and that's what's going to attract him to you. But you got to shine your light, and you have to make the necessary action and choices to get there. But that's really all I kind of wanted to say on that front. I mean, I'm kind of just winging it right now. I didn't really I kind of don't plan anything, because when your body is stationed at 0 point, you kind of have to go with the energy. You got to go with the flow. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to make this plan. I'm make this plan. Like, it don't work like that. So, and that's one thing, like, this society, like, I know I'm kind of getting off topic because I can feel the energy, but this society operates different than what the higher reality fields of Earth operate. So you have to align to that. You can't be aligned to what the society telling you what to do and how to do it. So, on that front, I wanted to bring into your mind the segment of The Little Mermaid, the cartoon, where Ariel's the solar feminine, by the way, when she goes to meet Ursula, right? And she makes the deal. When Ursula is describing the terms of the deal, she says for 3 days, that's the triple. You see the three suns that go around. That's the triple solar goddess energy, right? So understand that whole like picture is supposed to represent you, right? Your Ariel. Ursula represents that darkness that you're supposed to overcome to get to what you want and what you need. And Ariel's higher self is orchestrating the whole situation. So, um, when Ursula says that you have to get the prince to kiss you, and not just any kiss but a kiss of true love, and you see like the heart and the crown, you have to have a unified masculine and feminine polarity within yourself in order to attract your divine counterpart, your masculine. And it's you taking certain actions in regards to your spiritual purpose or your spiritual mission, which is going to allow him to find you or you to find him. So, um, back to when Ursula says, hey, once you get this kiss, you're going to remain human permanently. So, when you see the image of Ariel and she's golden and she's a human, that means she ascended. Like, she anchored that DNA code by taking that specific action of making the deal with Ursula, right? And then Ursula says, okay, but if he doesn't, you're going to turn back into a mermaid and you're going to belong to me. When she says that, notice how the light comes from out of the ground and it leaves Ariel and she turns back into a mermaid during that little portrait that Ursula is showing her. The only way that Eric wouldn't accept Ariel was if she didn't make that choice of, giving her voice to Ursula and putting her in his way so that he could find her, right? So, and that's just interesting. Um that's the whole process of being a solar feminine and finding your person. You have to engage in your spiritual mission. You have to be true to yourself. You have to shine your light so that he can find it, so he can see it. Because whew, this singleness, it's like okay, like universe, like come on now, like I'm kind of tired of this. Where is this person at? But you have to be patient and you have to allow yourself to get to the point to become the person that you need to be in order to find him or and be with him, so to speak. But that's all I wanted to say, in regards to solar feminine, you know, a common situation between star seeds that are embodying the solar feminine template being single for forever and 15 days for whatever reason. So this is just like a reminder not to give up hope. Take your time, and just know that person is coming, because in order for you to experience the fullness of your divinity, to experience the fullness of God within you, and to experience the fullness of the Christ consciousness, that requires you to be at that level of embodying the Christ consciousness and the God spirit within you, and also experience that with someone that's at the same level, that's doing the same thing, that has the same masculine and feminine codes as you, right? That's what that requires. So you're gonna meet that person anyways. It's just a matter of when and how fast you can embody, you can be on your spiritual mission, your purpose. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna end this video because we were going on 20 minutes. I didn't want the video to be too long. I'm gonna go ahead and just radiate and push out love, empathy, all them solar feminine codes that you might need. Now, as with always, if this does not resonate, don't take it. If it does, great. I'm glad I could be of service to you so that you're not feeling all lost and confused. Now, with that being said, we close the space and we seal an anchor into light of wholeness and union in service to the one self, God self. Thank you, beloveds. Thank you, Christ family. Thank you, Aurora families. I appreciate y'all love and y'all protection. Thank you, beloveds. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening. Stay safe, have fun. And, I just want to say, go ahead and go on that spiritual mission, because you never know what God has for you, okay? I love you. Have a good night. Bye.